Welcome back to another reaction from the AC Milan zone. Boys, as always, my name is Stefano and I'm joined by my friend Oscar. It's felt even weird to say that. It's been a while, almost 2 weeks, since we did one of these. What a wild Friday night. This is how you spend Friday night. You watch Pisa Milan, dreadful game, almost don't get 3 points, bad consequences for the next game. We'll get into that. And you don't even go out. You tune in right into the AC Milan zone on YouTube because you know the boys are gonna react. How do we feel about that game, Ozzy?
Yeah, what to say? I certainly wasn't one of our greatest performances, but we got the job done. It's 3 points in Pisa. We finally beat a relegation side, what feels like well we haven't at all. The commentator, at least on Swedish TV, made that abundantly clear multiple times.
Yeah, I was
Um,
reminded as well in the commentary many times.
yeah, multiple times, and it's just like it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? But yeah, got the job done, and it's not great.
Yes, we were hoping for 3 points, I guess, overall, but an easy one. Not great, not a great performance in the first half, not a great performance in the second half. Very solid Modric goal, I guess. Full group misses penalty. Rabiot gets sent off. He's
Yeah.
gonna miss Como, which is gonna be a huge loss. He's the one that single-handedly won us the game against Como. First of all, let's start. Starting lineup. Any surprises there for you?
And not really. The only one would be the how if we're going to debate whether it's going to be RLC, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Nkunku being the striker partnership. Leao and Pulisic are obviously not properly fit. I think Allegri came out saying Pulisic is good for 15 minutes, and it literally came on in the 76th or 77th. So that's bang on. Uh, I would have liked to have seen Fulkrug maybe start for once.
Yeah, I, I, I,
Even
I'm,
though he
I'm,
even though he missed a penalty, but yeah,
I'm so tired. I don't understand. Pulisic and now apparently don't have legs. We keep saying how everyone's getting better. Every week, everyone's getting better. Everyone's getting better. Rafa posting stories that he's much better. Pulisic is almost where I want to be physically. And then he can play. Rafa's there, still wasn't looking great. And even then, why can Fulkrug start? I guess Fulkrug does have a broken toe, but he's the one that we hear about the least, even though he's a broken toe somehow. And it's, yeah, so frustrating. I'm curious to see, did your commentary say anything about why Nkunku got subbed? Was that purely technical, or do we know if there was some injuries? Because that was also fascinating to me that you saw that and you were like, yeah, I understand Ruben Loftus-Cheek scored a wide open header in the middle of the small box. Not an impressive goal. I
yeah,
understand he scored, but to me it's wild that you look at that first half and you're like, yeah, take out Nkunku,
yeah.
put
No,
on Fulkrug to pair with Ruben Loftus-Cheek and we'll be good.
no. My commentary usually for Swedish TV, they don't have that many commentators in general, and it's the same guy that has multiple times mentioned that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is from Lewisham, which is, I guess, a borough just outside of London, and keeps mentioning that his nickname growing up or when he was at Chelsea was the Ballack of Lewisham, which I've never heard ever. Like
Yeah,
Mikael Ballack. It's so bizarre,
that's
but no,
that's real
yeah,
rough.
yeah, yeah. That's
Real,
that's a
real.
commentary I get. That's a commentary I get. It was just ads for 15 minutes during the break, and then all of a sudden he says, Milan are making changes. Nkunku has come off, and then
Yeah,
that's it.
that was
That's when
baffling
I
to
thought,
me. I don't understand. I don't care that Ruben Loftus-Cheek scored this header. Anyone scores that header.
yeah,
Why
yeah,
can't we
yeah.
see Fulkrug play with Nkunku? Uh, what is going on with Rafa and Pulisic? Can someone please tell us? Do they not need to play? Then why are they playing? Why? I don't understand. They haven't played in 10 days plus. Neither of them played in the last game, so it's been what, more than 2 weeks, and they were called up for those games. So it's just so frustrating. Um, then of course Fulkrug does come on. It takes a god awful penalty. Before we move on, though, we got ahead of ourselves. Let's catch up with the chat. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. We see this number going up. drop a like and subscribe if you can. Anthony Lafleur, friend of the show. We love to make things difficult for ourselves at Milan boys. Absolutely. This has been
Very
the
true.
story of this season. Very, very few easy wins. Full group flop of the match for me. Stefano and Oscar for that missed penalty. Flop of the match for you? Yeah, I mean, that penalty,
Yeah, that missed penalty, I guess.
yeah,
Not that
killed
not that he had
killed
an
us.
awful, not that he had an awful, was it, he got subbed on and everything. Not that there was a single player other than him that played massively terribly. We don't have to bang on about this. I generally don't think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a good player for us anymore. Where he's playing out of position. It's generally not an agenda, and I'm not doing it for I don't know the very few clicks that we get. I'm not trying to rage bait anyone. I generally don't think he's a good footballer for us anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
But Fofana maybe for not tracking back or picking up the runner for the goal. But other than that, it was just a pretty mediocre game for everyone. So I can't
yeah,
really, then it goes both ways. It's not that everyone was bad; it was just mediocre.
yeah, I
So I
do
guess
agree.
I guess I agree. I agree with Fulkrug being the flop of the match.
Yeah,
I
full group
agree.
probably gets it because yeah, that penalty kills the momentum for them, and instead he puts it wide. They get a massive swing back. They start attacking. We start getting scared. Although I do agree with you, I don't think he was terrible. Otherwise, beyond that, on the goal, honestly, the Winter might take Tomori's spot anytime. But
Yeah, that was.
any one of the three, if you were to sell any of them, any of those three, like I'd be sad because I like them, but they don't swing. they're yeah,
Yeah,
they're system players. They're good system defenders. All three of them. No, nothing special. And Tomori's yeah, is what it is.
yeah.
Just
It was a long ball, and Tomori doesn't have I don't know a good starting position. He's chasing. I'm not sure why Gabia goes to try to
yeah,
back him up.
it's
That just
the
leaves a massive hole.
yeah, Gabia and Tomori both there, and then both back off. If you're both there, then you're going in, you're getting that ball because if he gets past you, and instead they both kind of start losing back, and then yeah, Pavlovic is alone in the middle. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Um, Comments some more from Anthony who says Modric, Ruben, and Bartesaghi were best on the pitch. I'm absolutely happy that we have Luca at Milan, even if it's going to be for a short time. Um, Make a note of that. I'll keep reading the comments and we'll come back to you. Apples Green, also friend of the show. Welcome back. Allegri made some bad decisions. Should have kept Nkunku on instead of RLC. Ref was
Yep.
completely trash for booking Rabiot and then sending him off. That should have been investigated. But Modric, what a machine. Nishon, also from the show, says play GeoGuessr. No, we're talking about Pisa Milan on a Friday night.
Oh
Fuck you
wait,
and your GeoGuessr.
is that Nishon? Did he live in Montreal? It must be if it's
He
MTL.
might be a Canadian, so he's probably here to talk trash about ice hockey, but we won't even get there. We won't even get there. Apples are green, also saying also our center backs were non-existent and prove why we can't play for the back. This is a good point that I want to get back to, unless we sell them and buy new center backs. Nkoku did not have a good game in my eyes today, and then Tommy also recurring commentary. Thank you for coming in. Forza Milan, I don't care. We simply don't care. We got it done. Luka Magic. So lots to talk about there. We talk about the
Yes.
worst. Who do you think was amongst the best? There were some talks about Modric, Ruben, and Bartesaghi, and then
Yeah.
maybe more about the defenders.
Guess Modric first half was not himself. I actually wrote in my notes like this is kind of worrying. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how now we've had so much rest, and it's against Pisa and all respect to Pisa center midfielders. Even if you have a Pisa center midfielder marking you all game, being Modric, you should maybe shake him off. But first half was not great from Modric, but second half a lot better, and that movement and following up and being able to read that he's going to get the ball back for the goal. I guess he saves our bacon, as the English would say. Uh, Other than that, I thought Atakama had a decent game. I think that his crossing abilities is unreal. Bartisagi had an okay game. He had some good crosses again. Um, Mignon made a important save, but didn't have much.
Yeah, and the goal,
I
it was
just
really, he
yeah
had no shot. It was a moving penalty,
yeah yeah
closer than a moving
yeah
penalty, so he had no shot at that.
well,
Um,
yeah. He was just trying to guess. It's hard to say. What would you say for man of the match? Because I guess for me it would be Modric just for saving our game.
Yeah, Modric. I did agree with you, especially the first half. But if I remember right, the first maybe like 25 minutes, there's a couple missed passes, a couple risky passes that I think one of his best qualities is being able to um, understand when it's worth, switching sides and going for the risky pass and not going for the too risky ones, especially in his championship like Serie A, where there's low block teams and they're just waiting for the opportunity like that. But then it's Modric. Like you give him enough time, the level is gonna average out to be high. And then yeah, look, he gets the winning goal. The difference you see in those last few minutes between the experienced players and the other ones is the other ones kind of disappear and start choking and start being more worried about losing. And you see the Modric and Rabiot. Rabiot had a nice little like run to the side where he's just cavallo pazzo head down and I'm just gonna keep going. Um, and yeah, I mean,
The
second goal
legs,
for Modric,
the legs on that man,
unreal. Honestly, I honestly
unreal
think
legs.
him unreal legs. Give us a little bit of leg, Adrian. No, I do honestly think that our odds. I don't know about the betting lines, but our odds diminish significantly with Rabiot out against Como. Um,
Yeah,
but for man of the match, yeah, I agree that Atekame and Bartesaghi are probably the best and both show great crossing. But it says a lot when our man of the match candidates are Bartesaghi and Atekame. Um, just because they put on a lot of crosses, no one got two, except for Ruben Loftus-Cheek at one time. Yeah, I mean, look, Max, I think, got this game wrong, and there's a lot that we need to improve because this Pisa team is this Pisa team. They're 19th. They've won one game all season. This was their third goalkeeper starting today, so it doesn't really matter who you play. If you're AC Milan and you got a squad, you got to beat them.
yeah.
So, not taking away from that, we play terribly. But give this man a proper striker. I mean, next year, I don't care if it's Moise Kean, I don't care if it's Vlahovic, I don't pick your poison, but give this man a proper striker because this is rough to watch, and this is the kind of games that like we saw Inter. I hate on Lautaro as much as anyone else, but you
Oh,
get a good crosser like Di Marco, and they put away six against this Pisa team. It's the levels
spe-
a little bit different.
speaking of Lautaro, did you see their AI video? Inter's AI, I don't know what you want to call it, like
So bad.
compilation.
So bad. This man played hundreds of games. He's like closing in on being your best player ever in terms of number. And you can't hire like a one basic video editor to put together stuff.
Yeah, just
It's
outsource it.
disgusting.
Outsource it, please.
Yeah, yeah, just truly disgusting. I wonder if players care about that. Probably not, but I like to think that Lautaro is like, come on, man.
Lautaro probably would. The guy has the IQ of a caveman, probably.
Yeah, he's also pretty self-centered, but I'm sure most footballers are. Um, let's
What?
see.
No, surely not.
Yes, the center backs. Yeah, those comments. I mean, it's like we said, any of them could go. Also, another thing is, yeah, give Max the ability to switch to a further back, which we are for the most part. We close the game with further back, obviously, because he puts in uh, Pulisic for Atekame. But in the build-up, anyway, it's really for the back. But yeah,
Mm,
give him a couple center backs who can actually play for the back and a, 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 a actual right back. We don't have a right back. Atekame is a wing back. Saimak is a wing back. They both can
yeah,
play there, and Tomori is
Ma-
there, useless.
we'll sign Chow on the cheap when we make Champions League and Newcastle stay 10th. Not
We
that I
got
actually
back,
particularly
got
rated him, but we'll take him back.
him and Tonali. Bring the boys back.
Yeah,
And Man City sent Tijani back as well.
yeah, and
Um,
Holland. Why not?
On the cheap, on the cheap, on the cheap. In the summer, when the
on the
summer
cheap.
rumors come, you never know.
Yeah.
Pavlovic's clearance was terrible in the Loyola goal. This is something my commentator also said. And look, it could have been better, but Cross just kind of comes in. He's running to follow his man, just tries to get a touch on anything. It's not really a clearance. The ball kind of bounces off of him.
I was gonna say, did we watch the same? No, it's not really like I'm not trying to rage bait, but I wouldn't classify that as a clearance. It's more like try to stop it, try to tackle, try to get in the way,
Yeah, just trying to
kind of
touch the
fumbles
ball.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. To me, the
try
more
to just don't
problematic
get
is
at
what we
it.
were saying before is that for some reason both Gabi and Tomori rush out to the man on against the corner flag and then both back down and actually
Yeah,
tackle him.
and it's hilarious that Pavlovich also won us the penalty
Yeah,
for Fulkrug that he
really
missed.
well as well. Like
Yeah,
going in, dribbling, going crazy. Little cavallo pazzo to
yeah,
to
and
Strahini
even
as
in the
well.
first yeah, in the first half when Traore got a yellow card, he was trying to do a 1-2, and then it just gets cleared out by Traore, so Traore gets a yellow card, which I'm pretty sure that guy, I'm pretty sure was it sorry, Toure, apologies,
Mhm.
Toure should have gotten a second yellow. I feel like Toure's fouled at least 3 4 times.
Yeah,
It's
he
been
got
quite
close and then he got subbed. I think because of
yeah,
that, because
yeah,
he was getting close. No, I mean Pavlovic, I can't really fault him. He's improved so much. I mean, I would have never expected him to be like, yeah, the ball carrying defender in our arsenal.
yeah,
And again, I look Allegri, as I said today. This is the problem when people have problem with Allegri. This is the kind of games that we have where you're like, okay, nothing's going our way. They're closing, but you have 10 days to prepare the game. Where is Plan B? Where is Plan C? Where is the change of positions? Where's the tactics? But again, when you had to play three at the back, and your Braccetto is Pavlovic, and Atekami turns out to have good crossing, but you're kind of forced to play him, and you are crossing, but there's no striker. It's like give this man some weapons, and then when we continue to play like this, which could be a possibility, then complain. Um, um, what else? I mean, penalty, full crook. I mean, just awful. Were you surprised when you saw him step up, or you're like, no one's there, and
yeah,
Kunku isn't
yeah.
out
No,
there?
I was, yeah, I was sitting on the sofa and I'm trying to think like, oh yeah, I was, I guess, celebrating for having getting a penalty, but then I'm like, who's gonna take it? And yeah, I guess commentary said something about like Fulkrug has been, he usually smashes his penalties in. Now I can't say I watch a lot of West Ham games. Not that he played particularly many. For Dortmund, I don't know. The German national team, I guess he is a penalty taker purely because he's a striker. Like I'm sure he's one point been a penalty taker for whatever club he's played for, but yeah, not a great penalty. And I was thinking maybe Modric, not that he was a penalty taker necessarily in Real Madrid. I guess maybe Modric or Rabiot, out of just because they're seasoned pros, seasoned vets. Füllkrug has a broken toe. He's not played a lot. He's pretty much, I shouldn't say just come on, but pretty fresh legs.
Yeah,
Might have been a shaky start for him. Um, Even though the Swedish commentary was saying that Fulkrug has had a terrible start at his AC Milan career, and I'm just thinking, no, terrible is far from it. Not
yeah,
fantastic, but also not. He's not had much to play. Like he's played
yeah. He scored in the
not
few
even
minutes that
200
he's
minutes.
played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, interesting. I just looked up his penalty record, and I thought it would be worse. This is his third missed penalty in his professional career. The last one
Oh.
was in the season 2017-2018 uh, against Sven Ulreich, if you remember him from Ultimate Team. At least that's where I remember him from.
Sven Ulreich. He's not quite. Who is that? Who is that? Dortmund keeper that won the Champions League. Close.
Yeah, that
Not him.
rings a
No.
bell. That rings a
That
bell,
rings a
yeah.
bell.
But
Yeah.
Ulreich, Ulreich is not a Champions League winner, but the Ultimate
Yeah.
Team
No, he's not. Yeah.
card gets that.
Yeah.
So that was the last time he missed it. Otherwise, this is his third penalty, and he scored 27. So
Oh,
you're a
that's
big
pretty good.
you're a big
That's
Mats
pretty
guy.
good.
I don't know the exact percentage, but that's pretty
Whoa,
good.
whoa, whoa.
Um,
That's below the belt. Making fun of my math dyslexia.
um, yeah, I would have said. I know Modric doesn't have a great record. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I guess I don't know what his honestly full Krug's penalty style is. I would have expected what you said, just come in and just
Smash.
smash it, especially against like a third goalkeeper where you're not trying to play head games. Now, of course, look, he does the little stutter step. Goalkeeper dives early, puts it on the other side, and one's like, "Wow, cool, come and collect
Yeah.
it." The penalties are always like this. But
Yeah.
you're full Krug. I feel like the stutter step works when you have the quality of a player who's like, okay, if the goalkeeper doesn't go for it, I still have the precision and the power to place it and put it away.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But
Nicholas
also,
Fulkrug has that.
before we started this, we saw I showed you a screenshot of how far in the Pisa player, one of the Pisa players, was in the box when Fulkrug took it. And if you, I think if I want to go back, and we'll do this on our analysis podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Pisa's goalie was off the line when the penalty was taken. Now it doesn't matter because Fulkrug missed the whole net, like it, so it doesn't really make a. But I don't know. I feel like it was two infractions there. Generally, I'm pretty sure that Pisa's goalie was off the line.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice this, and then I was just kind of raging. So I don't think I watched too many replays watching the players. But you showed me a screenshot. Yeah, there's two players really in and one fully in, and the goalkeeper
Yeah,
slightly off the line. Um, yeah, I honestly now maybe this is Milan fan crybabying, but I honestly feel like those were never in a game like this where we're playing against the 19th. They're never, unless it's so like obvious and egregious and it matters, like the players get involved. They're never gonna call us
yeah.
against us because then it's like,
No, it's
oh, the full Krug missed, and now Milan's getting another chance. And the way the refereeing in Italy is going this year, they just don't want any trouble. So we would need a miracle to get that called
yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. Let us not do our job.
Honestly, half the time it seems like they're just
Sorry.
no. It is exactly that though. Like, half the time
Yeah,
they're just trying to
yeah.
make
You're
whatever.
right. I agree with you.
Same with some of this sending off. It's like we have cameras everywhere. You hear players saying terrible shit, but if it's I'm sure if it's Juve Inter coming up this weekend, if someone tells the referee to fuck off, they're not gonna get booked. But then
Yeah,
Inter is winning 6-2, and who was it? Matic does it. Then you get brave when the game is already done, and you're like, okay, now I can apply the rule. It's Italy. It's been
yeah.
like this all season. Tommy says, greeting for my 6-year-old son, Stasio. Apologies if I missed that. It's almost midnight and he can't fall asleep after the game, and we're watching you and all the replays. That's actually very sweet.
I love that. That's when
Forza Milan,
that's
apologies for the swear words. Now I take those back. But that's wholesome. Look at us, Ozzy.
yeah. We're inspiring another generation of Milan fans. Thank you, Tommy. Love that.
You're gonna need to teach him who all these people are on my shirt. But you sound like a great father, so I'm sure you will. Um, I know you. There was the Swedish television didn't help you with the Rabiot card, but the foul was very light. Obviously, it was a yellow on the foul, and then Rabiot, as we said, with the refereeing, said something. Now the red card doesn't matter too much. Obviously, he was already booked, so he was due to miss um, Como anyway, and now we'll definitely miss it. How big of a deal it
Big
is
loss.
for you? For you, honestly, for me, honestly, makes us from 50-50 to pretty underdogs. We've been terrible all season without Rabiot. For the little period that we didn't have him. And of course, in the reverse fixture, he was the one, which wasn't long ago, so it's not, it's very pertinent.
Yeah,
He was the one that turned it around. Yeah, how big of a loss will Adrian be?
yeah. It's massive. Tommy says it right there. Rabiot is our most important midfielder with Luca. Yeah, I think they've
Mm-hmm.
been the tandem. We saw him briefly out. Was it in November? And our midfield kind of fell apart. Now the good thing is that I think I saw it and another comment up further along about Jashari maybe having
Yeah,
a
Anthony
look
said
in.
it.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah, and I think that's right. We're kind of lucky that Jashari, the few minutes, even though few minutes he's had when he's been playing, he's been very, very good and slightly surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible injury in the beginning of the season, very beginning of the season. Thank you, Jimenez, for that with the kneecap break or whatever it was. Pardon
Hey,
me, I was
it's
about
nice
to
to
swear there.
remember though that Santi Jimenez is a Milan player though from time to time. Every couple of weeks
I
it pops in my
apparently,
mind.
yeah. I still have my Mexico shirt that I will wear once he scores or if he scores. Apparently he's
Yes,
1 month
please.
out, but yeah, yeah. It's good that Jashari is looking good. When he came on, even when he came on for like 20-30 minutes against Bologna. Uh, so I'm not optimistic necessarily, but
Hmm.
I think I can breathe with Jashari being in somewhat of, I guess, form, if you want to call form. Uh, but it was hard. Like, let's say Rabiot, yeah, if we should have subbed him anyways and had Jashari play longer or whatever. Yeah. Um,
Do you think it's gonna be
you know what I
Jashari or
mean?
Ricci?
Well, Richie came on, but I mean Richie.
I mean against Como.
Uh, R- yeah. I think Richie hasn't convinced me very much. I'm not saying he's been dreadful, but I was expecting a bit more maybe. I
Hmm.
can't say I watch a lot of Torino games, but every time I saw him play against us, I thought he's pretty solid. But I think it's Jashari that should, even though Jashari plays better in Modric's position, um, Allegri needs to tweak this, and hopefully in the last 10 games that we've had, 10 days of rest. Maybe he's been able to work a few more combinations.
Yeah, I would hope it's Jashari too. Also because as we see against every big team, Luka is gonna have 1 to 2 players attached to him the whole time. Um,
Yeah,
so we need to someone to step up. And I think Jashari
and
fills that position.
it was good that Coma played 120 minutes plus a kind of half nerve wracking penalty shootout.
Just 90. Just it's straight to
Oh,
penalties.
sorry.
It's straight to penalties. No,
Is
no
it?
worries. But it's
They've
yeah,
they've do- they've done that. They've
yeah,
they've
yeah,
they've has
yeah.
that
They've
always been a
changed
thing?
it. It's
Oh, they've
been
changed it. Yeah, because we never
either
get
couple
we don't
seasons, yeah,
usually get
but
the far anyways.
yeah, we usually the the
The
first
far,
round we
yeah,
usually get
yeah,
cocked out. This
yeah,
season we only
yeah.
lasted 2 rounds because we started a round earlier because we finished eighth. Um, but no, yeah, they good that yeah they got some minutes hilariously in that for Como. Nico Paz didn't take the penalty that they got during the the game. Baturina did, and then he got subbed right before penalties. So clearly a little bit of a mental problem there. Um, I do think though that Ricci will start. I hope it's Jashari, but the way Max sees Jashari so uh, like so blocked for that position, for the Modric position, I would put money on it being Ricci, Modric, Fofana, but I do hope it's Jashari. And then Fofana or Ricci, I don't really mind. I prefer Fofana right now because yeah, he just imposed himself a little bit more to me on the game. Um, but we'll see. And yeah, hopefully it's not on Kunku Loftus-Cheek because Kunku Loftus-Cheek plus
I lose my mind.
yeah, plus no Rabiot, and I think we're honestly doomed. And now we're Loftus-Cheek was criminal today, honestly. I don't. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just us. Maybe it's just haters lands. But oh man, he's
That
just
would be unlike
nothing.
us.
It's just nothing. He just brings nothing. Um, but at this point, I'm like, what is the point? Like Rafa and what is the point of every week saying, oh, hopefully now, Rafa and Pulisic will be back. Clearly not. I guess Rafa will start and will continue not to be able to sprint. Sick. Um, but hey, I mean, I guess we're really treating this like, or at least I am, like it's a
Like
job.
a
We get the
loss.
3 points.
Yeah.
We stay in the conversation. And yeah, I don't know. We'll try not to get absolutely played out of the park in the first half against Como, I guess. Because as we saw, like with this game, first halves are just not
Yeah. No,
are
keep when
just not it.
we're keeping the distance down to Juventus and Roma, who are both tied. I think it's 7 points in between now.
Yeah.
Di Balex is probably sweating, being a Juve fan, all this Spalletti talk, for it to just come crumbling down.
It would also be
I so
interesting
I'm
if
you know I'm on a hate train. Hate is a very strong word, but I
it,
think Di Balex is Canadian and they cheated against the men's curling today. with a little finger poke on
Men's curling.
the stone,
On the what?
and
What? Wait, a
so
finger poke on the zone. How do you poke the zone?
yeah, so they've got that line where they're not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to touch the stone, but once you release like with your hand fully from the handle, you're not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to touch the stone whatsoever. But what he does is just he literally goes like this and pokes it a bit, and you're not allowed to do
And
that.
and it
And then
makes the
he
whole
and then he did,
difference.
it does. It's curling. It's all about these fine millimeters. And then the Swedish one of the Swedish players he confronts him and says, "Oh, I saw what you did." And then he just goes says that f off and you're I never did that. They didn't call it. Oh, I've never ever done that. And then you see the replay and it's like, brother.
This reminds me of a conversation I've seen you have in real life. Shout out to Pete. This is honestly very close parallel to night. But let's not get into that. AC Milan zone turning to curling
Yeah,
zone
true.
if either Sweden or Italy make it to the final. We'll will not do a live reaction to curling, but we should.
We've already won a gold in the curling. We don't need to win a second one. So
I don't know. I keep looking down from the very top of the table with the second most goals and third most no third most gold and second
yeah,
most
if you
medals, and I don't know, you're somewhere
yeah
down there.
if yeah if you just pump in as many athletes as you can, then sure you'll win some gold for sure. I mean,
we we got
in
hella
ribbon
athletes.
twirling.
Look at this. Just we pump athletes out for fun. Clearly on my couch here on my Friday night. A couple more comments and then we can wrap it up since we're 37
Yes.
minutes in. Como press hard, Rich is more press resistant than Jashari. Maybe. I'm not even really
Maybe.
sure. We've seen so little Jashari. I
I
didn't mind his
I
physicality
don't
though.
I yeah. No, if we saw how Richie played against was a Fiorentina, not that they're a high pressing team, but that man lost a lot of balls. Just with sort of having half pressure on and just like a maybe not even losing necessarily, but just a bad pass back to Pavlovic, or not to Pavlovic, it would have been like Mignon or Gabbio de Vinter, and then they because they're under pressure now, they have to clear it. So I guess I think I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, but again, it's 50-50. Um, then there's more talk. Yeah, that we'll just keep talking, Tommy and Anthony, about the Jashari and Richie and who's gonna start. Last little comment from Tommy and his son. He knows all the guys on your T-shirt, and then he goes on to list them. That is a very well raised son. You did very well. He couldn't figure out the last one, but I guess it's Seedorf because uh, of the last letter. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's done well. I mean, a lot of these players retired a long time ago. A few of these have been Milan coaches, a few of them Milan management.
Beautiful.
So, well done. All right, well, 3 points. We'll be back probably Sunday, if I remember right, what we said for our breakdown podcast. I'll make sure to get all the pictures, all the penalties, the red cards, and we'll discuss it. And then on to Como,
Dissect.
not in Perth, not in Perth,
Thank
uh,
God.
for the Como game. And yeah, I mean, huge weekend. Obviously, Juve play Inter. We can't really lose. Either we get closer to Inter, or we gain points of both, or Juve is a little bit further. Napoli plays Roma. Same thing there. Can't really lose.
Yeah.
So it was key for us to get
I
these early
wanted
3 points.
Yeah. We were hoping for a draw maybe for between Inter Juve, and not that I'm a violent man or like seeing people being injured, but let's hope for a fair few injuries to Chalanoglu
Yeah,
or
I
someone
don't. I
else.
wonder if is he back because he was out for a little while.
I don't care. Yeah, just re-injure him.
Immediately as he gets subbed on by Kivu, he just re-aggravates. I don't wish. I'm not a sick twisted man like you, so I don't wish uh,
Oh, it's the Canadians. They've riled me
bad
up.
on him. This man is triggered. He's just been watching Milan just shaking after curling. Hey, we've all been there. We've all been there. But I think we could leave it here unless you have anything else to add. Thank you for everyone
Nope.
tuning in and reacting to the game with us. We
Thank you
appreciate you.
guys.
It's also a lot more fun when you guys are here and chat with us. So I appreciate it. If you made it this far, definitely drop a like. If you haven't, then subscribe. And otherwise, as always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.